Welcome to Walking World, and today we're going into the mountains of the Moelwyns, but to get there we've got to go through a mountain. Today's route is taking us from the Moelwyn car park, but that's not our route. We're going to be heading up to the mine Risken along this path on the map. We'll be going through the mine, up 4 adit levels and out onto the other side, onto Bryn Hyn. And then we're going to go over to the Stwlan Dam, which is feeding the power station around about a mile below. It's forecast for thundery showers and the weather's obviously very bad at the moment. I think we'll be okay.
Through the streets of Kelly, I'm looking for the boys again.
We've now reached the entrance to Risken mine, and this mine or quarry was started in around 1830. It didn't close until 1946, and it's a slate mine, so what we will see is quite a lot of slate. There's a little bit of mineral in there, and we'll see if we can find some whilst we're going through.
Searching for the cars again. Through the streets of Kelly, I'm looking for our joys again.
These are some of the minerals that we're referring to. And we can see that the silicon dioxide or quartz, and there's an intrusion of both sulphur and iron. And that's in metamorphic rock. That's pretty good. Here we've got some kind of bucket, and this was used for carrying the men out of the mine at the end of the day when they'd had a hard day's work and they were absolutely buggered.
I'm looking for the boys again.
We're now on the upper level of the Risken mine, that's level 7, and there's another manway over to the side which takes us to more chambers. But 1 or 2 of the chambers on this level are open to surface, and this is one. But not all of the chambers, as we can see, are open to the surface in exactly the same way. And it does present quite an eerie light.
That? Yes, that's a nice one. I've had that one before.
I'll let it for you on. I'll let it for you on.
No, I don't want to thieve you of your dinner. Oh, so you've ruined it now. I can't eat that now. You put poison on it. Oh, that's good. That is good.
The rice is good as well.
Whilst we're having lunch, I can explain about this rock now which I found inside the mine. It isn't slate, but it's silicon dioxide or quartz, and the colouring is iron and a wee bit of sulphur. The white is calcium. And there's some of this in Risken mine. It's not very valuable. Shouldn't take things out of the mine, so I'll leave it in.
Broke that.
Did I?
Through the streets of Kelly, I'm looking for our joys again. get shit, get any. I don't want a bag, I want a big one. I don't want a bag, I want a big one.
Just a little bit earlier than expected, we have found the miners track that runs along Moelwyn Mower. We would have found it later had we taken the right path, but that was entirely Jason's fault.
Well,
It was, but for now, we're on it. And this is where the miners track actually takes us to, and this is Moelwyn Mine, another slate mine on the banks of the Moelwyn Mower mountain. And the slate would be taken out through the miners track that we've just walked along, or also down an incline below us where the Stwlan Dam is right now.
I'm looking for the boys again. Can't put Joe or Benny. I don't want a bag, I want a big one. I don't want a bag.
We have now reached Stwlan Dam. This is the reservoir that feeds the power station below. 360,000 megawatts of power are generated every 60 seconds when they release the water. Trouble is, it costs 39% more in electricity to pump the bloody stuff back up again after they've dropped it down. So how do they make a profit doing that? I know. And before you Google it, that's a reason for a preemptive nuclear strike on the French.
Can't get shit, get any. I don't want a bag.
I don't know what the fuck he was there, but they're just like, they were just tossing him around the air on a fishing line. And it's like a turkey on a bit of string. What's that all about? Unless I'm going to use him as some kind of like, I don't know, shot put. That's enough.
Right behind me and elevated is the Reservoir incline, and that's the incline that went from the mine that we've been through in the mountain all the way down to the Ffestiniog railway, the track where the slate was taken.
Yeah, you're right.
Well, thank you for joining us on this adventure in walking world up and around Blaenau Ffestiniog. And if you want to do this walk, it's around about 2,000 feet in elevation. Should take you, up, and it should take you a good few hours. Watch out for the dam, nice and cold, and skinny dipping is right out. Until next time.